I bet you didn't know how deeply trauma can affect your life. Trauma, it's a word that carries a lot of weight. It can evoke fear, sadness, and anger. But what exactly is trauma? Trauma causes intense physical, emotional, or psychological distress. It can be a single event or ongoing, like childhood abuse. Trauma impacts our mental and physical health. Trauma-informed care recognizes the impact of trauma. It emphasizes creating a safe and supportive environment for healing. Trauma-informed care is built on 6 core principles. These principles guide service delivery and interactions. The first principle is safety, creating an environment where people feel safe. The second principle is trustworthiness and transparency, being open and honest in communication. Peer support is the third principle, the power of shared experiences. Collaboration and mutuality emphasize working together. Empowerment and choice are crucial, giving individuals a voice in their care. The sixth principle is cultural, historical, and gender issues. Understanding and respecting an individual's background. Trauma doesn't just affect our minds, it impacts our entire being. When we experience trauma, our brains and bodies go into survival mode. This response is designed to protect us from immediate danger. However, when trauma is prolonged or unresolved, this survival mode can become our default setting. The amygdala, the part of our brain responsible for processing emotions, becomes hyperactive. This can lead to feelings of anxiety, fear, and anger, even in situations that are not actually threatening. The hippocampus, responsible for memory and learning, can also be affected, making it difficult to form new memories or recall past events accurately. Trauma can also lead to changes in our nervous system, resulting in chronic stress. This can manifest as physical symptoms like headaches, digestive issues, and sleep disturbances. It can also make us more susceptible to chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. Section 4. Trauma-informed care in action. Trauma-informed care can be applied in a wide range of settings, including healthcare, education, social services, and even the criminal justice system. Let's look at a few examples. Imagine a young woman going to a healthcare clinic for a routine checkup. She's asked about her history, including any experiences of trauma. The healthcare provider listens with empathy and understanding, creating a safe space for her to share. They explain medical procedures clearly and patiently, empowering her to make informed decisions about her body. In a school setting, picture a classroom where teachers are trained to recognize signs of trauma in students. They create a calm and predictable environment, using positive reinforcement and restorative practices instead of punishment. They understand that challenging behaviors may stem from past trauma and approach students with compassion and support. Section 5. Success stories and the power of healing. The power of trauma-informed care lies in its ability to transform lives. When individuals feel safe, heard, and understood, they are more likely to engage in treatment and experience positive outcomes. Take, for example, the story of a veteran struggling with PTSD. He had isolated himself, haunted by nightmares and flashbacks. Through a trauma-informed support group, he found a community of peers who understood his experiences. With their support and the guidance of trained professionals, he began to process his trauma and develop coping mechanisms. Another inspiring story is that of a young woman who experienced childhood abuse. For years, she carried the weight of her past, struggling with low self-esteem and difficulty forming healthy relationships. Through trauma-informed therapy, she was able to address her trauma, develop self-compassion, and build a brighter future for herself. Section 6. Embracing trauma-informed care for a brighter future. Trauma-informed care is not just a set of principles, it's a fundamental shift in how we approach mental health and well-being. It's about recognizing the prevalence of trauma, understanding its impact, and creating systems and services that foster healing and resilience. By embracing trauma-informed care, we can create a world where individuals who have experienced trauma feel seen, heard, and supported. We can empower them to heal, reclaim their lives, and thrive. It's time to move beyond simply treating symptoms and address the root causes of suffering. It's time to embrace trauma-informed care as the standard for a more compassionate and just society. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on trauma-informed care.